Our next honoree, inductee, Mr. Matt Leyden. Now, I have to tell this little story because Matt and I have some history. Mr. Fell, a number of us in this room have a lot of Ted Cecil stories, because I also played for Ted, as a number of people in this room played for Ted. So we could probably spend the next week and a half, hours at a time, telling some of the most famous Ted Cecil stories, which are mind-boggling at the least. Young Matthew, 70s athlete at Coventry High School, who I had the honor of 1 year serving as his assistant baseball coach, who went on to bigger and better things in his collegiate life, has his proud family with him here today, also has a member of his family providing his introduction, his younger brother, Tim. Tim went to Moses Brown, was an athlete of note at Moses Brown. We won't hold that against him. But he probably doesn't know what an ochre is. But maybe after tonight he will. I'd like you all to please give a warm welcome to Mr. Tim Leyden to introduce his brother.
Thank you very much. Good evening, everybody. And congratulations to all the inductees, to the presenters. Caitlin, I know this is not an easy job. And just for the record, I actually did go to Coventry for 3 years, and unfortunately, my senior year, I had to go to Moses Brown. So I do feel I know what an ochre is.
All right.
And I also want to clear up a couple things, and I don't want my gray hair to misinterpret the fact that my brother is actually older than me. To know Matt, you have to know his wife, Mary. They met in 8th grade and never dated anyone else. This year, they'll be married for 35 years. They have 3 children, Matthew, Aaron, and Megan. Matthew, the oldest, flew in on a red eye last night to surprise his father, and what a great surprise it was. Aaron and John, I have moved back to Rhode Island recently. Aaron's having a baby. Rumor has it, it's going to be Malcolm.
No, it's not.
We also have Megan, our youngest niece, married to Dean, and they have a beautiful baby boy named Owen. To describe Matt, first and foremost, he's a father, a husband, a coach, a friend to many, and just a great, outstanding citizen. I'm going to tell one story that illustrates his commitment and loyalty and dedication. Many of you know that we sell Christmas trees, and we used to sell Christmas trees in Coventry on Sandy Bottom Road. Prior to that, we used to get the trees in a farm in Connecticut. Recently, we have a tree farm. I'll put a little plug in there, Big John's Tree Farm. And during this period of time, Christmas trees and basketball were always a conflict. We would start selling Christmas trees right after Thanksgiving. We would also have the Christmas basketball tournament in West Warwick, the Wizards, at their tournament at the same time. Well, it was a Saturday afternoon, and Matt was at the tree light, and I had to go to Connecticut to pick up the trees. We had 2 trailers to pick them up. I left about 5 o'clock in the morning. It was a warm, sunny day. The first trailer backed down into the field, where we had about 20 guys cutting and dragging the trees up to the truck. Everything was going well. It was noontime, and we were ready to leave. We were right on schedule. Unfortunately, I had not looked at the truck at all, and the weight of the trees on the truck had actually sunk the tires into the field about 2 feet. The truck was stuck. We had 20 guys pushing it. We had their pickup trucks trying to pull it, all to no avail. It appeared that we were going to have to unload this truck and start all over again. And if you know Big John, that would not work out very well. We got lucky. The farmer, there was a neighbor, and the farmer had a bulldozer. I went next door, explained the situation, and like any good farmer, was ready to help. The bulldozer pushed the truck out of the field without a problem. It was now about 2 o'clock, and we were way behind. The truck arrived at Sandy Bottom around 4:30. It would take probably about 2 to 3 hours to unload the truck, and Matt had a game that night at 7 o'clock for the Christmas tournament. When the truck arrived, Matt jumped up on top of the truck, started unloading it, throwing the trees down. The rest of the crew on the bottom were taking them away, setting them up. It was now around 6:30, and my father told Matt, "You need to head out to West Warwick for the game." He got down from the truck begrudgingly, headed home. Back in those days, you wore a shirt and tie to the game, left, went home. About 10 minutes later, Matt came back to the lot. My father says, "What are you doing in your work clothes again? You're going to be late for the game." Matt said, "You always said no one leaves until the job is done." He jumped back up on the truck, finished unloading the trees, and left just after 7 p.m. He changed in the car, drove to West Warwick to join his team. The game was in the second quarter, and Coventry was down 10. The coach put Matt right into the game. Coventry won by 3. Matt scored 36 points. Coventry won the tournament, and Matt was named MVP of the Christmas tournament. This is an example of Matt's commitment, dedication, loyalty, and never say die. I'm proud to introduce my brother, Matt Leyden.